Okay, you're live.
Sweet. Good morning, everybody. My name is Jesse Marriott, or on the Instagram, I am Hair by Jesse Ray. I am a master educator with HotHead Hair Extensions. I've had the pleasure of working with them for the past, 11, 12 years now. And I am so excited to work with you guys this morning and show you our incredible new fabulous revolutionary balayage collection. I do have the pleasure of having a live model with me today. So we are going to get our hands going with some live application. We do have her pretty much done on this side with our new balayage collection, which, as you guys can see, the tones and the colors are absolutely incredible. The other side we are going to complete live, so I can show you a little bit of application, color stacking, color layering, and kind of have some fun with that. So Megan, have a seat here, my friend. So with HotHead Hair Extensions, the one thing that you can always look forward to is a brand that is here with the stylist at heart. We are a stylist-supported brand. Everything we do, we have the stylist in mind, what the needs are, what the newest innovation is that we can bring to you, and what the market really wants. And of course, with us too, you're always going to see the same thing with our extensions. They are going to be 100% human, Remy hair, cuticle going in the same direction. And again, always 100% human. All right. We are always going to bring you premium quality hair. We are always going to work hard to make sure that the hair we are bringing you is the best that we can. We're always going to make sure that we are elevating quality control and stylist support when it comes to things like that. Not only that, we bring you education. We now have, thank heavens, live education back going, rocking and rolling. Plus, we have mastered, in my opinion, virtual education. So even if you cannot get to the location, if you're living a little bit more remote and you want to see a little bit of live education, you have the opportunity virtually or in person, which is really, really cool. Of course, too, we offer you simple, fast, and extraordinary methods. Our methods coming to you in the form of tape-ins, which I'll be working with today. We were the inventors and the innovators of the tape-in system. We have that down pat, which is why I also think, just a little thing, we have some of the best tape on the market. Nothing against anybody else. I just love our tapes a lot. They are my favorites. We also offer you a sew-in method. We have both hand-tied and machine weft available. Plus, we did launch one of my favorite things, the Caraflex Fusion system. Caraflex is probably one of the coolest things. It's like that nice little chef's kiss on top of a really fabulous weft application or really fabulous tape application, or for clients who just need a little bit more volume. Today, I did decide to work with the tape-in extensions. My client here, my beautiful, fabulous Megan, she is a tape-in girl. She is tape-in for life. And the thing that I really like about tapes is we do have a lot of versatility to where we are placing our color mapping and our color placement. We can really hone hard, do we want to build quite a bit of light around the front to give her that really kind of high-end money piece and build a little bit more depth kind of in back behind the ears to make those blonde pieces pop a little bit more. So I love that. Within our balayage collection, what we have done is designed something to help give you brighter, richer, more illuminated blondes. And we've also given you opportunities to have a little bit more dimension, a little bit more richness to the ends for your darker brunettes. So this is a really cool thing that we've launched. Our balayage comes in 6 different colors, which I'll quickly run over with you. So first thing first is our bright blonde, our cool 18 to 60A. This is a beautiful high dimension, cool blonde. And as you can see with our balayage collection, the dimension goes all the way through from root to tip. This way you get that really high-end elevated blonde effect onto the ends. Then we've got what we worked with today in one of our colors, our 3 to 8. 3 to 8 is pretty much my new favorite shade, I've decided. This is your caramel brunette. So this is a mixture of a number 3 and a number 8, blended beautifully and seamless together. And again, you'll see with our balayage collection, our blend goes all the way to the very ends, roots to tips. Because the one thing that we are seeing within the color world right now is balayages that have a little bit more of that lived-in effect to them. You know, you see a lot of dimension on the ends. It's not just about super high blonde tips anymore. It's about lived-in looks. Colors that have just a little bit more texture to them. Colors that have a little bit more dimension to them. Then, of course, we've got our number 18, 4, and 60A. This is going to be your, I'm so sorry, I lost that. Your kind of cool brunette. This one is absolutely beautiful. And again, mixing 3 different tones in there, with the 18, the 4, and the 60A. So your beautiful high blonde, your medium kind of cool level 8, and then your dark level 4 for a beautiful blend. Then you have your kind of warmer brunette, which is going to be your 4A20. So similar kind of vibe to the other one, just a little bit more of that warm, rich kind of J-Lo bronzy tone to it. Then you have one of the ones that we've also worked with today, which I absolutely love, 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 which is our Bronze. This is a 5/1860A. And again, the dimension with this goes all the way from top to bottom, and you do have a little bit more of like kind of a darker root at the top with that, which I do like, because the one thing I do not like doing is coloring extensions. I hate coloring extensions, so just to have that little bit more dimension at the root is really fabulous. And then again, bringing you all three tones all the way from top to bottom. Then we're going to end this off with our fabulous, beautiful, beautiful buttery blonde, which I decided to drop one on the ground because it is live. Here we go. This is your 82613. Oh, thanks, bud. Okay. This is that beautiful, warm honey butter. This is that one thing that we're seeing, because color trends right now are having a tendency to go a lot warmer. They're going a lot lighter, but they also are going a lot warmer. We want to see that gold reflect. Even within our ashy tones, within our coloring world right now, we are adding gold into things to just kind of like bring a little bit more shine reflect to it, to bring a little bit more luminosity into it. All right? So with Megan's hair today, our goal was to create as much dimension as humanly possible. So we decided to go with 4 different colors for her. The colors that we decided to choose was our 3 to 8, which I love because, again, her hair goal is always Jennifer Lopez. Every girl, I always swear, it's either a Kardashian or Jennifer Lopez when it comes to hair goals. That is their thing. They're like, I want that, like that J-Lo bronze. So by having the 3 to 8, we're really have an opportunity to kind of bring that, because again, this is our caramel brunette. This is our rich chocolate. We decided to pair that with something a little bit lighter. So we did go with a number 8 as well, just in our natural family. I always love pairing color melts, naturals, and balayages all together. Then we introduced that one shade that I absolutely love, our 5/1860A, our Bronze, baby. So this is another one of the tones that we layered in there. And what we decided to do with this one is match it with our gorgeous, beautiful color number 5. Now, the one thing with our balayage shades that I'm going to tell you guys is you do have the opportunity to layer these with any of the other colors within our HotHeads family. Of course, we've got naturals, we've got premium blondes, some of the brightest blondes that we have, the richest blondes that we've got out there in the market. Plus, we have our patented color melts. Our color melts being more of our old traditional blondes, where it is like transition from dark to light on the ends. You can actually layer these with our new balayage shades to kind of really add a lot of dimension to it. So when it comes to our color layering and our color placement, we really kind of want to see, you know, how do we want this to live? How do we want this to look? Within the color world right now, we always have that tendency to want to kind of go a little bit, I don't want to say deeper, but have a little bit more depth into the hair to make the blonder pieces pop. And that's going to be no different from what we're doing with our extension installation. Really, a lot of times with extensions nowadays, I'm kind of marketing myself as a chemical-free colorist, because I want to do color without chemicals. Now, Megan, I'm just going to scoot you a little closer to the camera. Thank you, my friend. We're rolling on carpet. That's always fun. But I always kind of want to introduce myself to be like, okay, like, you know, I'm a chemical-free colorist. I'm going to give you a chemical-free balayage today. How does that sound? Because with some clients, they also want to know, like, is the color going to be a journey or a destination? All right. And I want to have the opportunity to tell them, like, look, we can give you your ultimate color goal now without having to like run down the road with it. So how does that sound? What if we gave you a chemical-free balayage? What if that hair could just not handle any more lightener? Or what if the porosity on the ends of that blonde has been so blown out that no matter how many lowlights you put back into it, it will not accept the pigmentation to it? Because we do run into that quite a bit. And that's the one thing that I love with our balayage shades, and especially by having the blonde family with our cool blonde, our 1860A, and with our kind of warmer blonde being our 82613. Sometimes with over-processed blondes, we do know that no matter how many times you put a low light in there, no matter how many times you fill it, the hair just will not accept the pigmentation. So by having extensions, you know what? You don't see the dimension on the ends that you want to see. What if we just added extensions to kind of give you that full color effect that you're looking for? And clients are like, what do you mean? That's an option? And you're like, yeah, that absolutely is an option. We could give you a chemical-free color today. We can give you longer lasting color results. We can give you better lasting color results. And they're like, what? That's awesome. So within the family today, what we're working with first is going to be my favorite, my 5/1860A. And you guys, sometimes too, it's so funny because when you are doing your color matching, don't be afraid of what you see on the swatch, because when you put it in and you blend it together, the extensions are magic and they will naturally start to just mimic the client's natural hair. And in my opinion, as an extensionist, the more dimension you can build into a client's hair, the more natural it looks. This is always a really big thing to me, because if, like, you know, we can always just throw in blonde and have it look beautiful and bright. But the more dimension you can build into a client's extension installation, the more natural it looks, the more high-end it looks, the more expensive it looks. And even though my color that I'm working with, again, being the 51868, is quite bright in her hair, when I turn that, like, okay, that's really quite light. It is beautiful. It maybe pops a little bit more than I would prefer. By layering it with one of our naturals or one of our color melts, all of a sudden, you transform that color and it's like, oh my gosh, that's so diffused. That's so beautiful. That's so soft. And you don't lose the dimension of that extension, but you just soften it a little bit more. And then all of a sudden it starts mimicking what's going on within her own hair. Because as we can see with Megan, she's got so many tones and so much dimension in her hair that it looks like her own hair. It literally looks like her hair has just been on holidays. And I'm talking expensive, like really nice Dubai holiday. You would never know that we've put a level 3 in there. Because when you mimic it in with her own hair and when you layer it with other colors, all of a sudden it starts looking a lot more natural. We decided to go with some of our warmer tones too, because of course with Megan being like, I want J-Lo, beautiful, bright blonde, we always want to make sure that we can give her the brightest effect possible. So now what I'm going to do is, for the first one, I layered with the balayage underneath and the natural over top. For this extension installation, I'm actually going to do the opposite. I'm going to layer my natural, color number 8, underneath. And I'm going to place my 3 to 8 directly over top of that. Let's take a look here and see what's going on. Again, this color kills me. 3 to 8 is absolutely stunning. Where's my camera? And again, you see it's got that little bit of dimension, or a little bit of depth just at the root there, working into that beautiful dimension all the way from top to bottom. So we're going to layer that over top of our number 8. What the number 8 is going to do underneath of that is create that balayage to have a little bit of a brighter effect and pop a little bit more. With our balayage shades too, I would never be afraid to do a full head of balayage on top of balayage, because again, the more dimension I can create in the client's extension installation, the more natural it's going to look. Oh, I love this so much. Now, you guys, one thing too, I want you to stick close with us all the way to the end, because HotHeads is doing a fabulous giveaway of a virtual sew and weft class. Oh my gosh, this is killing me, buds. You ever just do something and like, they always said as a stylist, I remember hearing this from somebody once, and Robert Cormier is an incredible stylist. And he's like, when you do something right, try not to act so surprised. And sometimes when you're doing an extension installation and you buy these colors and you hold up to them and you're like, what did I order? What have I done? And then you start doing your installation and you're just like sitting there and you're just so proud of yourself. You're like, this looks so good. This looks so good. It's like, try not to act so surprised. You knew what you were doing this whole time. But HotHeads, at the very end, we are going to pick one lucky winner to win a free virtual sew and weft certification. So I hope you guys like that. So what we did here was started off with something actually with a little bit more depth, a little bit further back, working our way to something a little bit brighter. Again, I kind of want these darker pieces behind that to make the highlighted shades in front pop a little bit more. When we see some of our most influential stylists out there right now doing colors that are absolutely incredible, I don't want to drop names, but of course I'm going to drop the name of one of my, hair heroes, Hair by Nick. They always add a little bit more depth kind of behind the ears again. And that is designed to make the blonde pieces around the face pop just that little bit more. We can do the exact same thing with extensions. Again, remember, you are a colorist when you are an extensionist. You have to decide, as an extensionist, what is my desired goal? What do I want to do? Do I want to enhance the tone that she sees in her hair right now? Or do I want to neutralize the tone that she sees in her hair right now? If I want to enhance the tone in her hair right now, what do I want to go in with? Do I want to go in with something a little bit warmer? Something a little bit richer to kind of really make those golds pop, make that color bounce? Or do I want to go in with something a little bit cooler to kind of neutralize the warm tones that she's maybe not necessarily loving seeing? So with this one right here, I'm going to do the color number 8, and I'm going to switch the color I'm going to place over top, because with my last extension, I did the 3 to 8 over top of the color number 8. For this one, because we are working around the face, I want to go a little bit brighter. So I'm picking my brighter shade, and I'm going to be working with the 51860A over top of that color number 8. This is designed to give me a little bit more of a bolder, brighter, almost money piece around the front of the hair. Pop that in there, just like that. And you can see, all of a sudden, it creates this beautiful, high, multi-tonal color effect. I don't know if you guys can see that. If you like it, leave comments. Tell me how much you love this. But again, with creating our balayage collection, what we wanted to do was give you the most tones possible to give you the richest effect you could ever see. What is going to mimic the client's natural hair? What is going to mimic the tones that she's seeing as she's walking down the street? What is going to give you a better opportunity to achieve her hair goal? All right, so now what I'm going to do for this back section, I'm going to deepen it up a little bit. So I'm going to actually use my 3 to 8 balayage shade behind that really bright, beautiful 51860A. Placing that in there, and because I want to make that blonde piece pop a little bit more that I used before, I'm going to layer a natural over top of that balayage shade. This is just going to give me a little bit depth and a little bit richness behind that to make that blonde piece pop even more. So now I didn't take away from where that highlight shade was and where that money piece is, but I did just kind of make it stand out a little bit stronger. So that way when she wears her hair forward, it's like, oh, look, there's that chemical-free money piece. There's that beautifulness she's trying so hard to see in the reflection. She's trusting me. She knows it's rich. She knows it's good. I always say there's that, the expression, it's like, you know, people are like, what color does your client have? And I'm the same, like, it's that rich hair. It's that rich hair. You know you can't clock what tone it has. You just know you want to be able to afford it. That's what color she has. She got that rich hair color. It's that dimension that you want to see. And again, when we look at this and we hold this through, there's so many tones within our balayage shade. It just looks absolutely incredible. This is important to me because, again, with my color applications, I mean, I work across the street from some of the most influential and incredible salons within my community. I'm in the beautiful little small community of Red Deer, Alberta. For those of you who don't know, up in Canada. And when I talk about people, and I do market myself as an extension specialist, what makes me an extension specialist is being able to customize my extension installation for my clients. Where I can be like, okay, like I want to give you a really custom extension installation. I'm going to work with colors that you've never probably seen before. I'm going to look at my color portfolio within my HotHeads family. I'm going to examine my color ring. And I'm like, you know what? What can I give you that you've never had before? Sure, is color number 8 on its own beautiful? Color number 8 on its own is gorgeous. It's incredible. It's one of my favorite colors. But what could I do to make the extension experience a little bit more special for you? It's like, you know what I'm going to pair with that color number 8? I'm going to pair the 51860A. I'm going to make that color pop. I'm going to give you brightness. I'm going to give you dimension, and I'm going to give you a custom extension color. And the minute you tell your clients, I'm giving you a custom extension experience, they are like, oh my gosh, my stylist is the best. I can't get this anywhere else. I can't walk next door and get the custom extension experience that I have because I can only get that in the chair of Jessie Ray. Or Megan Ashley in the case of my stylist here. And again, what I'm doing is pairing, that was the wrong one. That was the number 8. I was about to place over top of that. I'm going to take my balayage shade. Again, being my 51860A. I love this color. This just has so much dimension into it. So again, when you think about 51860A, think of your clients who have been really, really highlighted, really, really balayaged, really, really hard for a long time. And all of a sudden, she's like, you know what? I really love this, but I want to transition into something a little bit more fall. I want to see something with a little bit more richness into the ends and a little bit more depth into your ends. And you're like, okay, great. And then you go in and you low light her, and you low light her with your favorite shade. In my case, it's Schwarzkopf 8-64. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. I love this so much. And she goes home, washes it once, and it's completely washed out. And she's like, my color didn't last. It's like, uh-oh. Because really, when you get to the point where that blonde has been so overprocessed and it is so porous, all of a sudden, two things happen. A, it rejects warmth, and B, it rejects color. And you're like, oh, okay, here we go. So that's when I talk to my clients and be like, okay, like, how about introducing extensions for a color effect that you may not have thought of? And it's the same thing too with my clients who come in and they show me these beautiful pictures of slightly unrealistic color effects. Say she's been box coloring her hair like a level 3, a level 1, a level 3-1, that Kardashian black, for so long. And she's like, you know what? I want that really beautiful, bright highlight, but I don't want to see any brassiness to it. And you're like, okie dokie. So that's when I have a conversation with my client. And I'm like, okay, like, do you want your color to be a destination or do you want your color to be a journey? If you want your color to be a destination, for an additional 60 minutes today, I can get you there. For an additional investment of blah, I can get you that color that you want immediately. If you want your color to be a journey, here's what we're going to look at today. We're going to do some pre-lightening. Hope it stays on your head. You're probably going to end up leaving with the same color as my beard. And then in a couple rounds, we can probably get you to that color that you want. What direction do you want to go? Do you want that color to be a journey or do you want that color to be a destination? And I guarantee you, most times clients are like, I want my color to be a destination. We live in such an immediate gratification world that the minute you say a different option, they're going to take the better option. They're going to take the quicker option. And especially when you talk to them and be like, you know what? Not only is this going to give you the color effect that you desire, this is going to give you the fullness that you've always wanted. This is going to give you the easier styling that you've always wanted. The one thing too, I tell my clients, especially clients who are getting married, and they've got beautiful, beautiful hair, but the hair is lacking a little bit of dimension or a little bit of structure. I could say, you know what, why don't we introduce our balayage shades into your hair? Just one row of weft, one row of tape, maybe a few pieces of our Caraflex just around the hairline, just to give your style a little bit more substance and a little bit more strength, plus to give that updo a little bit more dimension. Because again, a beautiful updo looks incredible, but if the color is too solid, if the color is too flat, that updo doesn't pop. It doesn't show. And as you can see with what we're creating here, Megan, I'm gonna get you to stand up for me for a sec. Yeah, there we go. So you guys can kind of see the full effect. With the color effect that I am doing, I am kind of working gradually towards what she wants to see, which of course is a little bit lighter around the front and a little bit more depth towards the back. Now we do see a slight disconnection because she is a little bit pre-curled on her natural hair, but even still not styled and not blended. Look at the dimension that we're seeing in through here. When I comb this through, look at the beautiful, rich tones that we see. And that's because with the color 51860A, there's 3 different tones in there. With layering that with a number 8, I've introduced 4 different tones to that. With layering a 51860A with a number 3 to 8 balayage shade, I've introduced 5 different tones to her hair. Just within that one section, I just introduced 5 different tones into her hair. And that's what makes it look that much more natural, that much more rich, that much more shiny. When you look at this hair, you can't clock where the color comes from. All you see is beautiful, beautiful dimension. And the beautiful dimension goes right from top all the way to bottom. Now, within the family too, our balayage shades come in, of course, our tape and extensions and our sew and weft extensions. So the lengths we have available within our tape family is going to be 14 to 16, 18 to 20, and 22 to 24, which is what we worked with today. Because with model hair, like always go big or go home. And she's very excited. You guys might not be able to see this on camera, but we are working with some pretty substantial length here today, which I'm very excited for. I love more length, more length, more length. So again, within our tape and family, our balayage shades are going to be available in 14 to 16, 18 to 20, and 22 to 24. Can't see it again, my friend. Within our hand-tied extensions, our balayage shades are going to be available in length 14, 18, and 22. And within our machine weft family, it's going to be available in length length 18 and 22. All right. So we're giving you 2 different methods for your options with the balayage shade with tape and sew and weft. Within our sew and weft, we have it both available in our machine weft and our hand-tied extensions. We've got it available in 3 different lengths in our tapes and our hand-tied extensions, and 2 different lengths available within our machine weft, which I love. And again, really with our machine weft extensions too, and our hand-tied extensions, that's going to give you the opportunity to color layer even further. Because as we know, if we're working with hand-tied extensions, we can layer up to 4 colors per row. So say I wanted to go in with my favorite 2 balayage shades. I'm working with, 5/1868 and 3/8. And I'm like, okay, what do I want to pair with that? What do I want to do to make that a little bit more poppy? Do I want to have the ends a little bit blonder? Okay, I'm going to throw in a 5 to 8 color melt shade. Something with a little bit stronger blonde through the top, but still with depth at the root to really make those highlight pieces pop. Or do I want to pair it with something really, really bold and go with one of our favorite blended shades, 1825 613 in our blonde family, or go high 68 blonde? You really do have the options to kind of create as much dimension and color effect and color layering as you want. And with your clients too, you could be like, you know what? Why don't we order as much hair as humanly possible? We not use it all. But I mean, today with Megan, we're going in with 4 bags, and then the hair we have left over, I'm like, oh, perfect. I've got it for my hair bank. I can save that for a rainy day. And I always like having a couple of extension pieces left over, just because, sometimes you have clients coming in and they sit down with you and they've never tried extensions before and they don't know what to expect. And it's like, oh, you want to try an extension piece today? What if we just tried a couple little pieces there on the front? What does that seem like? And she's like, I've never thought about extensions for me. And I'm like, oh, let's give it a shot. And then all of a sudden you created an extension addict. Because the minute they wear it once and they absolutely love it, they're extension clients for life. And the 2 clients that you can keep the most is your extension clients and your blonde clients. Because nobody does a blonde like you. That client is loyal to you till the day you die. And the same thing with your extension clients. Because as she is running around living her day-to-day best life in the lineup of Starbucks and she sees extensions that are not as beautiful as her extensions, she loves you that much further. All right. So one more time, I'm pairing color number 18 because I really want to bold up that front. And I'm layer 5/1868 over top of it to really create that bright, bright, bright pop. So layering a natural underneath my balayage shade, giving you the most dimension possible. All right. Behind that, what I'm going to do is, because I still want it to be bright, but I do want to have a little bit more depth to it, but I don't want to necessarily deepen it enough to have a natural. What I'm going to do is I'm actually pair my balayage shade with my with another balayage shade over top of it. So I'm going to layer color 182568. You guys have to excuse this. This went through a little bit of a time with me. I'm going to put 186825. Sorry, number 5, 1868. And I'm going to put that on the underside. And then over top of that, I'm going to actually layer another balayage shade over top of that. And I'm going to go in with my 3 to 8. Again, 3 to 8 being my new absolute favorite go-to color for everyone and everything and every time and everywhere. Because this color is so, so stunning. And again, don't let numbers frighten you. When you look at the swatch and you're like, okay, 3 to 18, ooh, 3 is really dark. If you looked at the swatch of 3 on its own, you'd be like, you know what, that's a little bit too much depth. I don't want her color to look dark. The thing that you don't understand is by pairing 3 to 8 with other shades, you don't have dark necessarily. It's not as dark as a 3. It's more like that beautiful rich 5, depending on what you paired it with. If I paired it with a 3, yes, it would look a little bit deeper. If I paired it with a 4, it would look a little bit darker. But by pairing it with lighter shades, all of a sudden, you just make that color pop. And what we're seeing is just beautiful, rich dimension. And again, when I hold this up and you guys look at this, look at the shine from this and look at the dimension. And even with my front pieces, because again, I paired 8 with 18, 5, 68, 5, 1868, 5, 1868. I keep repeating that to myself so I remember. We have 4 different tones in through here. And when you look at this, this looks so rich. This looks so expensive. Then pairing the 5 1868 with the 3 to 8 over top of it, all of a sudden within that one section, I created 5 different tones. 5 different tones within one small section. That is beautiful. That is rich. And this is giving you that gorgeous, lived-in balayage. That is giving you the dimension that she's always wanted. She literally said to me when we finished the one half, she's like, oh my gosh, this is my dream hair. She's like, this is the hair that I've always wanted. I'm like, yeah, that's right, buddy. And we just gave her the most tones possible. And especially sometimes you guys too, when you are doing your color matching, it's a little bit tricky because you've got these clients who have, literally every different color under the sun in her hair. And you're looking at your swatches and you're like, I actually don't know what to go for. Does a color melt match? Maybe. But does a color match with a natural match? No, I need more dimension than this. I need more tones than this. So with our new beautiful balayage collection, you really have endless color options for creativity and styling. And again, you can really kind of customize where you want that extension to live, how you want that extension to look. I feel like I could probably pop one more even in the front here on her, just because I can. And again, more is more. So with this one, I'm gonna pop that beautiful number 8 right a little bit closer to the front. Love that color. One more time. And I'm gonna pair, because it's my favorite, number 3 to 8 balayage shade over top of that. And you guys, I hope I'm not standing directly in front of you. Bam. Again, pull that down. And if this was curled, it would look even better, or pre-styled to match with the rest. But look at that. All of a sudden, we gave her that beautiful, rich, bold money piece in through there. That looks incredible. And again, the more dimension, the more color you can offer, the more texture you can offer, the more richness you can offer, the more expensive your extension installation looks, and the more you can justify yourself as an extension specialist. Whenever I sit there, I'm like, I'm not only an extension specialist because I'm a multi-method extension stylist. I am a wefter, I am a taper, I am a fusioner. I'm also an extension color specialist. And that's one thing that we forget to market ourselves as an extension color specialist. And when I say I'm an extension color specialist, it's because I can transform your color from a journey to a destination. I can give you the dimension that you want. I can give you more tones than you've ever seen in an extension installation in your life. And because I'm an extension color specialist, I know I can get creative with whatever I have in my HotHeads family with my color swatches to create whatever my client wants for color effect. And by introducing the balayage shades into this, I have endless opportunities now to create as much dimension as wildly possible. And even on shades where you're like, I don't know if that would match, I don't know if that would work. Oh, it would work. And even when we look at our darker shades, where it's like, okay, it's time to bring you to a little bit more depth for the season. We're getting into Arctic winter. You know, 4A, 20 are kind of warm blonde or warm brunette. Or my 4A, 60A, my cooler tone, this would also be another really beautiful option for her to kind of bring a little bit more depth and a little bit more coolness into her hair if she was decided that she was done with lighter, kind of warmer honey shades. Or even if she just wanted a little bit more depth to it, I can introduce this color into it just to give it that little bit more richer, a little bit more darker vibe. You really do have endless color options with that, which I really, really love. And again, it's just more fun. More I can do, the better it is. And especially during a good installation of an extension installation. You can stand up for me again, Tyler. There's something so fun about doing an extension installation. And just like as you're working with it, as you're seeing the magic, you're like, oh, this is so good. This is so good. This is so fun. I love this so much. And within our taping family too, and actually with all of our extensions, the one thing that I love the most is our extensions come pre-layered. So when I talk about my length being 22 to 24, 24 is my length, 22 is my layer, and it is layered in between that family. So I really don't have to do a lot of cutting. I will, of course, go through here and do a little bit of customizing, blending her natural to the back, or chances are I'm actually just gonna add more extensions into there because more is more. And I don't have to blow dry this. That's a her problem, that's not a Jessie problem. But it really does the work for you. So even with our 14 to 16s, 16 is our length, 14 is our layer, it is going to pre-layer the hair for you. So I actually don't have to spend a lot of time cutting this because I've just introduced all this beautiful color, all this beautiful dimension, and I don't want to have to take away from that. What do you guys think? I hope you like this. Leave the information in the comments and don't be afraid to ask questions. We have a live chat going. So anything you want to know about extensions, anything you want to know about the new extension colors, I am always here for you. I'm also always available on Instagram at Hair by Jessie Ray. Plus, I am very excited. I have the opportunity to work the BTC Caravan show in Nashville, which is going to be so fun. So I hope to see you guys there because that is going to be absolutely incredible. I mean, what better reason to go to Nashville than a BTC show? What's better reason to go anywhere than a BTC show? But that's going to be such a cool opportunity. And again, we're going to have live demonstration of our new shades too. So you guys can actually come up and see them in person as well. And this just kills me. It is so rich. And this is what we're seeing with balayage in our world today is more dimension, more texture, more light, more dark, more richness, and just a more elevated extension experience. And again, when you see that, I love this so much. And I love the shine from it, and I love the tones from it. Ugh, that's so good. It's so good. Okay, also please do remember with HotHeads, if you are looking for certification within any of our families, whether it's sew and weft, Caraflex, tape-ins, we do offer live and virtual education. You can access that through our new, incredible, beautiful, stunning website. If you guys have not had the opportunity to check that out, please do check that out. It is wonderful. Just a really easy way to access everything that we have for you. Of course, we have a full concierge service through there. We also have one of the most incredible social media managers in the world. So if you do ever have questions about certification or anything that we do offer you and you don't know where to reach out to her. She's unbelievable. She will get back to you right away. We also like to see your work. So when you do something, and especially with you working with our new HotHeads Balayage collection, don't forget to tag us in your work. So that way we can see what you've created. We love to share your successes. That is one of my biggest things. I always love when people tag me in their successes. I want to see what you've created. I want to see the artistry that you've done. I want to see the work that you've built. And again, with this balayage collection, you have endless opportunity to build whatever you need and give your client the hair that she's always dreamed of. I absolutely love that. So of course, we are going to do a giveaway for a virtual weft certification. HotHeads themselves is going to pick the winner. So we should have a name calling out here pretty soon. But again, if you guys have any questions, any comments, any concerns, please reach out to us. We are always here for you. And if you really just want to tell us that we did a really good job, I love that too. So always feel free to reach out for that. And I'm going to turn you one more time and let's take a look at that balayage collection. Like, it is so beautiful and it is so rich. And we have the opportunity too, which I kind of like, of seeing it straight versus curled. Because as we know with balayage, it always has a tendency to look very different. But the thing that I like with our balayage collection is even straight, this is seamless. This is blended. This is beautiful. The one thing too that I always say about a true good extension installation is it is a true good extension installation if you can wear it straight. Because curl always hides quite a bit of our sins. I have done it many of times where I've maybe pushed the limits of the extensions a little bit too much to somebody who's like, don't worry, we'll curl it and it'll be fantastic. It'll be beautiful. But with our balayage collection, like, look at that beautiful blend in there. Look at that. It literally goes right from top to bottom. Love that. Love that. Thank you all so much for joining me this morning. Depending on where you are located, it could be potentially quite early. It's about 9:45 for me here in Canada. So I hope you guys have a really fantastic morning. I hope you guys have. I don't know if HotHeads has picked the winner yet for our sew and weft certification. But if not, please, please, please look for that. And we will give you a message as well, letting you know, like, hey, good news, you won something. Who doesn't love to win something? And then I really look forward to seeing you all in Nashville for the Caravan Show. We do have our incredible BTC show also coming to Cleveland. Yes, I believe it's Cleveland. Keep an eye on BTC, and you will actually have the incredible, talented, phenomenal master educator on stage for that, Natalie Ruskis. She is absolutely unbelievable. So if you are going to that show, please look out for her. Go up, see her, touch the hair, feel the hair. All of our models are completely comfortable with you manhandling them. They get used to it. And I just hope you guys love this, and I hope you have so much fun with this. Do we have any questions or anything?
We did have somebody wondering if this collection is available in Australia.
I will get back to you with that. We will actually reach out to you. So please, 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 if that is your question for availability in Australia, reach out to HotHeads. They can give you better information. And then also, if you are reaching out to them to whether this is going to be available in Australia, if it is not currently available in Australia, please encourage them to launch it there, and please encourage them to bring me to do the launch. Specifically say, I need Jessie Ray out there to do the launch. Otherwise, it is not going to be as wonderful. You could throw out the other names of some of our other master educators, but do encourage me to go because I really want to see Australia. And do we have any other questions?
I believe you have covered everything. So many people are loving the look.
I'm so glad. Megan, turn one more time for us, my girl. Like, I love this. And especially for clients, like, Megan, her hair is so beautiful, but her hair has seen some things. And sometimes you have to have that hair intervention with your client where she's like, I want a brighter balayage. I want a richer balayage. I want like more blonde. And it's like, I can make it as blonde as possible, but it's going to end up on the floor. So instead of like ending up with your hair on the floor, what if we did it with bar extensions instead? What if we gave you a chemical-free balayage and then we can keep that hair on your head where it belongs? Which is always a really important thing to talk to your clients about. Like, I love that. I love that. And again, you guys, please embrace the balayage shades. They're a game changer when it comes to behind our chair. They are going to be launched in October right away here. And you guys, let me know what you think of them. And again, if you do something really beautiful with it, if you do something absolutely incredible with it, please, please, please send me a DM at Hair by Jessie Ray. I really try hard to get to everything and be more present on there. And I want to see what you do. I want to see what you create. So thank you guys so much. And then do we launch a winner for the Sew and Weft certification?
Yes, we did announce a winner.
I'm so excited. Congratulations to whoever won. I can't wait to see who it was. I hope you have so much fun with that. And I just wish you all lots of success, love, money, and health. Mostly money. I really love money. All right. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.